How's it going, folks? I didn't get a chance to vlog in Minnesota like I'd hoped. It was kind of hard to get away by myself. I wanted to go out into the middle of the lake in a boat, and the weather kept changing and the mosquitoes were really bad, and if I were gone for a short time, people were like, "Where is he?" So it was a little difficult. It's kind of hard to formulate my thoughts when I'm, fighting off mosquitoes the second I, stand still. But I loved it. It was great. And it brought back some memories of my childhood. And because I was thinking, what will I vlog about? I left my gold book home. So here I am in the park, and they're mowing the lawn, and there's people everywhere, but fuck it, I want to vlog. I want to talk about what I was formulating in my head. I'd like to explain where I'm coming from a little more. When I was a kid, I didn't understand what was going on with the family. I just knew that my mom's family didn't like my dad's family. And my dad's family, well, I never got the impression they disliked my mom's side, but my dad's side was mostly Mormon. My dad was never a Mormon, but all his brothers and sisters, his parents, and his stepdad. His stepdad was a bishop. Yeah, all his nephews and nieces. As far as I know, they're all Mormon, or mostly Mormon. My mom's side, I'm not 100% sure what they were. I've asked, and they don't give a straight answer. They say they're Christians, as in the only Christians. But I've heard it said that they might be originally be from the Calvinist. I've also heard Presbyterian, from other people, but nobody's actually told me what group did they splinter off from. But they definitely were a splinter group, and I know that it was it started as those tent revival deals. But there was enormous pressure put on me as a child because this dynamic that I didn't fully grasp. But I was, I was pressured by my parents all the time to hurry up and get saved, that I was embarrassing them, that I wasn't getting saved fast enough, and that my sister had beat me to the punch and was already saved, that every Sunday somebody younger than I was going forward and kneeling before the altar, and and giving themselves to Christ. I would pray all the time. I believed there was a God, and I definitely believed there was a devil when I was a kid. I was scared of both of them, actually. Neither one of them sounded very nice. I didn't understand Jesus and how a man could pay for other people's sins by dying, and how this guy is a sacrificial lamb, a human being, and God, and a son and a father all at once, and a ghost. And when I heard the Passion story, I found it disappointing. I remember that, thinking, wait, he has superpowers and he did nothing? Are you sure he could do something? He said nothing in his trial. Well, I often said nothing when I was being interrogated either, knowing that there was nothing I could say to make things better for myself. So I didn't get it. I didn't see what was so wonderful about all this, and I prayed a lot. I did. And finally, to shut everybody up, because my grandparents were making snide remarks to me about how, maybe I'm just a little bit slow at all this. And my dad was very bugged that I wasn't going to hurry up and get saved, because he wanted to fit in with these people and be accepted. And I wasn't really helping out by being dilatory in my salvation. Being a slowpoke. I finally, after praying and praying and asking for guidance and asking for understanding, asking for help of any kind, to help me to sincerely give my heart to Jesus and God and whatever, I finally went up and faked it. after getting no divine help or inspiration. And I don't think my family understands this, what they did to me, but I spent a lot of years assuming I was damned for lying to God. I remembered that statement that Peter had said in Acts, you know, you're not lying to men, you're lying to God himself. And I faked it. You know, I faked salvation, you know, and, you know, faking an orgasm is one thing. Don't fake salvation, I figure, you know. No, I faked salvation, and I did it to get people off my back. And then I felt horrible guilt for years. And I felt that maybe God didn't like me too much because he didn't help me when I asked for it. And I would occasionally think I felt something in church, especially when they were singing, and if it was a good song and everybody was really roused by it, you could almost feel a swelling of your heart. But then again, it's the same feeling you get when you see a movie that's stirring. If you went to an opera and you identify with the story, and it's inspiring and uplifting, and you feel the swelling in your heart, just like the Holy Spirit's supposed to feel like. And all I could do is question and question and question, and nobody would answer my questions. It was always circular logic, this classic circular logic. I got those answers all the time until I finally stopped asking questions from them. And I mean, I'm at 51 years old. I've been an atheist more than half my life, but I didn't just fall into it because I had an uncle who was an infidel. The only other non-believer in my family, both sides that I know of. I didn't just become an atheist because it was convenient. I didn't do it because I wanted to. I didn't want to. There's a Hindu church right down the road that I belong to. I might vlog on that someday. The Self-Realization Center. I was there for a while, trying to meditate and understand stuff. I studied a lot of religions. I started to look into Scientology until somebody warned me that it costs a fortune, and the only way to do this thing, if you don't have a lot of money, is you have to work for them and sign a million-year contract. And besides, reading Dianetics just made my mind freeze over. It's just so deadly dull. I didn't decide to become an atheist overnight. Even when my uncle told me when I was young that he didn't believe in God or the devil and wasn't afraid of hell, all I did is add him to my prayer list, my list of prayers to God. Please help my uncle to snap out of this and become a Christian. So, no, I believe I was about 23 when I finally became an atheist. And I'd already read the Bible through by then. I'd read the Quran. I'd tried real hard to understand. And around that time, I started thinking, I don't believe this stuff. I didn't like the word atheist, though. I think I was using agnostic and humanist for a while. And today I say infidel. That's how much I embrace it. But I'd change my mind tomorrow if I had a reason for it, reason to do it. But I didn't just become this, I mean, yeah, when I was 23, I was seeing a woman. I lived with her for about 4 years, a little more than that. And she was an atheist, but she didn't read the Bible. She was just so damaged by that, what Garner Ted Armstrong's Plain Truth group, Worldwide Church of God. They fucked her up so bad. I mean, she almost died from pneumonia because her dad wouldn't take her to a doctor. And then he blamed her for costing him a fortune because praying just doesn't cost anything. Told her, do you see how much your lack of faith has cost me? You could have prayed yourself well, but no, you're weak, so I got to spend all this money. So yeah, she grew up hating religion, but irrationally, really. There's all kinds of atheists, and she's one who wouldn't read the Bible, doesn't care, doesn't like it. That's the way she was. I couldn't do that. That's dogmatic thinking to me. I had to understand. That's why I pick up the Bible and I read it. That's why I'm doing this Mormon reading thing. Why I read it in the first place. I figure it's only fair, you know. Read the damn thing. It's not that hard. And yet there are people who believe the Bible today who haven't read the whole book. Most of them, you know, are content with study guides, you know, and underlining verses that are brought up in a sermon. And look at all that red underlining. It looks like I've actually read this whole book that I already believe. No. I read it through. And I read other translations even. And I've compared them. And I compared verses and passages and kept copious notes. I didn't just become an atheist because it was convenient. Or that I wanted to do bad things, because I don't. I'm a good person. And I'm proud of that. And I'm a compassionate person. And I care about truth. That's why I'm not going to believe something just because I'm supposed to. I'm going to believe in something because I know it's true. Then I'll believe it. This desire to believe before you believe shit. It's just brainwashing. Anyway, I think I've said all I'm going to say on that subject for now. I'll do another chapter tonight. Peace. The fuck out. Have a wonderful, whatever the fuck you are having. Goodbye.